Legendary locksmith Han Warner spent 30 years of his life creating 4 lockable safes, but after completing the last one, he locked himself inside and dropped it to the bottom of the deep ocean. He did this to find someone who could open this masterpiece, but for more than 100 years, no one has found it, let alone opened it. However, this century-old mystery still inspires geniuses to unlock it everywhere. Around the world looking for answer, our male lead named is LD, he only needs 8 seconds to break the bank password, but no one cares about the finishing video he has uploaded on Facebook, YouTube until one day LD received a mysterious email from the enemy saying he knew where the legendary Han Warner safe was, but he had to participate in an underground unlocking contest to prove his bravery first. He didn't need to think much, the male lead immediately went there. This is the playground of hidden geniuses, whoever wins will receive a reward worth $1 million. The 8 people present here will compete and eliminate each other round by round until the winner wins. The last person remaining in the first round is to open the iron KCH with the lowest level. The 4 people who opened the fastest will be able to continue. The competition has just begun and 3 people have competed it in just 1 minute because they have just participated for the first time. At first was still a bit confused, however, he was still able to open the ending in time. And ranked 4th in the next round, the male lead got used to the pace, so he became more confident in his actions, but only 2 winners could stay. The atmosphere in the hall was extremely tense at this time. The organizers put a music box inside, making it very difficult for the 4 contestants to feel the sound of gears turning. However, this disturbance seemed to have no effect on the audience. Long hair. He only needed exactly 2 minutes to open the lock and become the first person to reach the final round. It turned out that this was Mr. Han Bei, who had won the championship for 8 consecutive years, but LY was also quick, opened the door and came in second place. The remaining people had to leave. In the final round, the contestants only had 3 minutes to complete the unlocking of the royal iron chain. The male lead would fight with the long hair to find as soon as the starting signal was given. He immediately turned around to listen to the sound inside the door and discovered that the interlayer of the safety door had foam added to it. This caused the sound of hitting the metal station will be minimized to the lowest level. However, the long-haired woman has prepared a headset that can amplify the sound up to 100 times while the male lead still stands still and observes without doing anything. He thought that perhaps he had accepted defeat, but as soon as the clock said there was only 1 minute left, he suddenly raised his hand to touch the lock. It turned out that the cheers of the audience there had created a slight competition in the room. The safe was from where I could feel the entire internal structure without having to listen. Now he only needed to turn it around a few times and basically be able to open the royal hotel in the surprise of everyone. Everyone promised that he had long hair and thought that the male lead was playing dirty, so he ran over and tried to embarrass him. But before he could do anything, the security guards immediately pushed him out. In the end, I won the title of King of Breaking Lock. Just as he was waving his hand to greet everyone, he accidentally saw a beautiful woman. The girl name was Wen. When she was 6 years old, she learned how to steal watches. At 16 years old, she went car jumping. At the age of 17, she was awarded by Interpol and 14 piece of paper with the red wanted notice prominently written in the middle. The next day, after I bought breakfast, turned around and shot someone who turned out to be familiar with her. It was the person who sent the mysterious emails to LD, and I want you to cooperate with me to steal the vault because last night you demonstrated your excellent shuck-ket skills. But for X, it doesn't matter if you have money or not, the most important thing is that the beauty know the location. Where is the Iron K of the legend of Han Warner? Because whoever can open that masterpiece will win the title of the best unlocker king of all time. And then familiarize himself with introducing the people on his team. The hacker teacher was 10 years old. She was able to access any device with an internet connection. After listening, she was extremely admirable. But there is still someone more powerful here. That is a young man with a foul mouth. Jing, genuine boy. In just a short period of time when a customer asked to send a car for him, he sped at lightning speed to help his fellow robber escape successfully, then hugged and kicked the ostriches back in time. The time it took for the car to be delivered made God not aware of it. Only when he heard about it, he was really shocked. Are there so many talented people here? But in the team, there is also a person who possesses Thuong Thua martial arts. His name is Basket, had just entered elementary school, and with just one punch, he could defeat a group of middle school students as easily as eating candy. Books his parents had bought that he had never read, because all those books had become a barbell for him. Improved health. After hearing the introduction, the male lead was threatened with the idea of pooping his pants. Up to now, this group of super thieves has successfully competed 5 conservative cases, each time successfully escaping without having a trace behind. What the point of recruiting a genius to crack lease will make you's team look like a tiger with wings. However, this unsolved mission that they intend to do is not for money, but simply because they want to challenge themselves after investigate and know that except for Han Warner last safe that sank in the deep sea, his remaining 3 safe are still lying hidden among different bank around the world, and these 3 safe contain clues to find that last safe, and their first target is the safe that is placed in a super bank in Paris, France. While everyone is ready, the male lead feels tense because this is first time the first thing B did was that Lang task was to personate a customer who was trained by Chubin to go to the bathroom inside a familiar bank, then use his natural talent to steal the security guard's keys, and then go to the reception desk. Tan requested to be given a valuable look, so the manager, without suspicion, led the female director to enter and lock the door to avoid leaking customer information. At this time, female hacker Karina disguised as a lady arrived from Spain in order to attack the manager attention, because she had quickly investigated this entire bank. Only the manager could communicate in Spanish and seized this opportunity. So when and the LD inside quickly they soon met again. Then the female lead used the security guard's key to the male lead to the bank vault. Finally, both of them were able to see with their own eyes one of the four officer that they had been pursing for so long. LD was extremely excited to caress this masterpiece, but he also did not expect that the operating mechanism of the one-in-a-lifetime box would be so beyond his imagination. He immediately turned on the song Dragon Fruit Noodles to get it, regain your spirit, then take off your jacket, gently put your ear to it, then turn the switch on the KT iron. At this time, the internal organs also slowly move. LD must hold your breath to avoid making noise to monitor every change in the details. Even a small mechanical mistake can trigger the iron KT protection mechanism. Then everyone will be taken to the ward to drink iced tea and confide in the police, but they haven't heard the whole song yet. The male protagonist successfully decoded one of the 3 most elaborate safes in the world. Right when the door opened, in front of them was a huge mountain of money, making LY extremely excited. However, the original purpose of the group didn't care about that money. They just wanted to prove that they had successfully broken down the first safe of the legendary Han Warner. After taking a few piles of money to mark their presence, the two of them quickly left. Unfortunately, on the way to escape, they were recorded by security cameras. It did not take long for the FBI to recognize the familiar female Dao Chi because her gang had long been in the sight of police agent. Based on the clues collated at the scene, it was determined that the next target of the group of thieves was definitely one of the 2 remaining safes, while the group was still unaware that they had been noticed by the police. While celebrating the last successful mission, during this time, Lewitt also began to have emotional feelings for Wen, but he also knew clearly that the relationship between the female director and Brand was not normal when she opened up his heart. In fact, Lewitt finally understood the problem. It turned out that Wen family used to be extremely rich. Her father was the most famous real estate tycoon in Longan, the United States. Because he was engrossed in work, he didn't have much. The time spent with girl was boring and had no one to play with, so they got used to it. Open TikTok to follow Siu Dao Chu Ki and learn countless professor or confide in their Rienage years. After that, they continued to discuss plans for the upcoming mission that morning. Afterwards, the group set off again to Prague, the capital of the Republic. This target will certainly be much more difficult than the previous time because many Gu men were arranged to be the FBI around the bank in the second operations. The two Lewitt were much calmer. He slowly disguised himself as a customer and brought $1 million to the Karina transaction counter outside. The locksmiths gave him step-by-step instructions to help him get to a door that one was waiting for. There, at this time, the male lead also took the opportunity to ask about the relationships between her and Brad on the team. Wen said that he and I had nothing and were just above friendship, below lover and mutual cooperation. Unexpectedly, these words were accidentally heard by the young man. Grass immediately changed his attitude, face frowned as if wanted to devour the couple. Just at that moment, the elevator door also suddenly opened. The security guards appeared out of nowhere, causing the two of them to accidentally be discovered. They didn't explain much, but instead jumped up and punched the other person, completely distorting their profile picture. Another person ran to support and was also defeated by the beauty. In a few minutes, the couple finally found the second legend safe, still the same as last time. Lise looked at it for a while and then turned on his favorite music. If he couldn't hear the Dragon Fruit Noodle song, he couldn't work. Under the watchful eye of Wen, Tien Tai cracked the lock with peace of mind and began the mission. However, this time the completely of the iron method was completely superior to the previous time, even though he was very cautious, as soon as he reached the lock. Second, there was an error in the Lewitt that caused the automatic knob to be sucked back in. This is Ket Sat Iron Top security feature. If the mistake continues, it will be locked forever and will never be used again, could not be opened anymore, unfortunately. At this time the surveillance team leader also discovered the male lead unusual appearance as soon as he entered the before and after image bank in the video recording, clearly without any intervention, so consistent. The police waiting outside immediately went inside. Karina felt the situation was unstable and informed his teammates, but Beckett stopped him. Then he directly put on his mask and took out his weapon, entering the bank to buy time for the other two to escape. Saint Cuc Suck used a tranquilizer gun to shoot down several security guards and successfully controlled the situation on this side. The male lead also regained his spirit and felt again all the organs inside the lock. One side carefully turned the knob on the safe and the other side focused on listening to the very fast movement. The 7-lock genius had opened the first latch in good form. He gradually returned to helping Lewitt, just like that again and again, the second round of cracking the gate. Then on Tuesday, they finally succeeded in conquering the safe. The two happily hugged each other, but just as they were about to give each other the fatty lump of phlegm, they were notified of their teammate broke through and ran away. Before things got worse, the two of them took advantage of the chaos created by Brass to escape the bank, but the moment Lit thought he was safe, he was beaten by his teammates. That guy sold out and directly pushed him off the bike. Obviously, because of his personal hatred for Han, he betrayed his teammates, putting him in danger. Seeing the police were right behind, the male lead had to temporarily jump on a bike nearby to run away, but just after walking a short distance, the police blocked both ends with no way out. However, Lewitt took advantage of the bike flexibility to squeeze through the gap and then smoothly ran into a small alley behind. Then he jumped on a train and thus escaped the pursuit of the police. His teammates turned on him and stabbed him in the back, making the male lead seem to have lost all faith in life. When also quarreled with him because of this, because that guy had been together for a long time. He always considered her his girlfriend, but she only saw the other as her brother. The two of them were arguing endlessly because they were so angry. She pushed Brass' hand away and jumped out of the car, no matter how far she went. Norina also jumped down after her. She didn't want to be a traitor to her friend, so she decided to accompany Win on this side while Lewitt was wandering. The family was immediately startled to realize that the female director and the super hacked had been here a long time ago. Win wanted to apologize for letting something bad happen to him and affirmed that he would not cooperate with that bastard BR anymore. The male lead did not either blame the female there because no matter what happened, in the immediate future, they now need to plan to open the third safe of the legendary locksmith. Unlike the previous this time, the police have been carefully prepared. More than many gunmen have been gathered to guards extremely strictly. Even a fly can hardly fly in, let alone fly out. However, the IQ of the female Super Theo is still several levels higher than the FBI guys. When the special agent when I went to see the director, she said that I had received your notice so I should move the iron to another place. After listening to the police, I was extremely shocked to realize that I had been played. It was obvious that they had just arrived. It turned out that 2 hours ago, Karina officials had secretly sent a notice to the director asking the bank to transfer the iron bond to Wen. However, they did not expect the police to come, so fast time is so urgent that the group can only open the safe right in the car. Not only that, the difficulty of this third safe has been increased a lot compared to the previous two. The internal organs are set up separately, the password is up to 7 layers thick, and if they don't pay attention, they will fail immediately. Moreover, they also have to lock it in conditions where the car vibrates violently. This is really an extremely big obstacle for the 7-key genius. At this time, Brad and the driver found Wen coordinate. At the same time, Karina was also given a shiny number 8 silver bracelet by the police. Under questioning and intimidation, the female hacker forced her to reveal a secret coordinates. On the other side, Lewitt was in the car and had solved Friday code class just in time to finish Saturday class, when the cell phone suddenly shook so hard that mail pay almost fell off the hook inside the class. Because of that, Saturday also fell out of position. It seemed like the mission had failed, but the car gradually stabilized. The male lead accidentally hit his hand on the safe door, but suddenly the hook was pushed back in. The result was Lewitt had successfully conquered 3 of the legendary locksmith safes. Time was running out, so the two of them were planning to take some money and run away. Unfortunately, Bard UT grabbed gun and threatened them both. I even wanted to shoot down Lewitt right here, but unluckily for him, the gun had been interfered with by Jeans, making it unable to function. The female reader took the opportunity to withdraw the hot product and threaten the traitor. The male protagonist was released, intending to take revenge, but as a result, he strangled himself before leaving. They burned the brush and his associate left with the car containing the safe. So immediately after that, both young men were arrested by the police. Going to the station to ask about their health like that, the plan to unlock the lock and blame the traitor had finally come to fruition. But at the moment they were about to run away, the police came. Seeing this, Ken immediately pulled out his gun and negotiate with them. Let Lewitt leave and I myself will stay and take all responsibility. The FBI thought they had captured the female bandit leader, so they had no luck in letting Lewitt leave at the sacrifice of Crush. The male lead had to leave helplessly. After a while, he discovered that inside the luggage there was a fake passport and plane ticket that Jinan had prepared for him. Lee suddenly burst into tears, not expecting her to be so good. He always cherished the belief that one day someday, we will be able to adventure with Wen again to conquer new challenge. Not long after, a strange couple came to Lisa and took out a mysterious map. As soon as he saw it, he knew that this was the coordinates of the safe. The last iron in Han Warner legendary quartet, so his new journey is about to begin. Will the 7-key genius successfully decode the final masterpiece and reunite with his fallen flag? Friend, please wait for the next part. For how, hello and see you again.